Yeah, how's it going?
What we're going to talk about?
I don't know. You grouchy tonight, so I don't know what we're going
Can
to
we
talk
talk
about.
about stupid people?
No, because we can go down that road everywhere today.
Yeah.
I seen today where a girl got arrested in Mississippi.
For what?
Bestiality. She's putting pictures everywhere.
Oh gosh.
19 years old.
Yeah. No, that's not. No.
So we're in that wicked world right now. Hope everybody's having a good Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I know some church services are having Good Friday services tonight. Um, of course, yesterday was Maundy Thursday.
What is Maundy Thursday?
Um, Maundy Thursday is actually the day that really Christ was went on trial.
Okay. Baptist.
I guess he made one today to talk about it next week. So he's setting up a time.
And thankfully, y'all left me out of it. I mean,
It's been interesting, some of it. I will say that.
because my phone
Oh, man.
goes off 24/7. I don't think I could handle another text chat that I'd have to mute. Let's see. Pyromedic, no squirrel chatter in the house. No squirrel chatter yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure she's coming.
Well, y'all been fussing the whole evening, so I guess she'll be here in a minute to fuss with you some more.
I love the shirt designs. I love the shirt designs. So I'm gonna have to try and put them on a shirt for y'all. But no, I don't want to do more than one or two of them. Y'all find somebody big time to do that. I'm gonna print one for y'all. That's it.
He is indeed risen, Spencer.
So yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna print them. I'm sorry. One for you, one for her. I got to. I can't help it. And of course, everybody is now making their appearance. Yeah,
hey, it's a pretty cool shirt, actually.
I thought so too.
I like it.
I really like her version
I mean,
with the ponytail. I mean, the pigtails. I love that.
All right, dogs and cats, we got to go. Cat, you got to go to.
Ouch.
The dog can't be up here. You got to go to.
The claws. Thank you, babe.
Sorry.
It's all right. Let me get that off that screen.
All right.
I don't know why it keeps doing that. There.
Hello, paramedic.
Paramedic, isn't it?
Yeah. Paramedic. I'm sorry.
And he says, "Dang it, Becca again."
Hey,
Hey,
Janelle.
Janelle.
How you doing?
Yeah, I like both of those designs. I mean, I do.
Yeah, they're sharp. Actually, that's cool that Daisy Duke with the whiskey bottle, with the whiskey jug.
Yep, and
That's
all the
pretty cool.
tattoos.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Let's see. Well, it's supposed to have done been raining here, and the rain just keeps edging us and staying more kind of running a southwest to northeast.
Mm-hmm.
But it is slowly
Hey,
inching
there's
this
a
way.
squirrel in the house now.
Hey, Misty.
You have been asked about already.
Well, like I said, I've been watching the war on the texting.
I know.
going on.
Well, paramedic asked about the squirrel chatter, so Misty, you have been missed already.
I'm glad to see everybody. Hope everybody's doing well today. Go ahead and run that
That's
off
why
too.
it keeps doing it.
Run that off too.
Just take that mouse off. As long as she stays over there, she'll be all right.
And then run the other two off.
Yeah. All the cats have to get the picture. All the animals have to get the picture. Let's see. It's rained all day. My garden's getting a good soaking. Our garden ain't even dried out yet from the last time.
Actually,
Are they ready?
they could have been plowed today. Some of them, not all of them.
So the chicken yard wouldn't have been.
No,
And the front yard probably either.
but I probably could have got this little by the
Pool or
Pool.
garden.
and I could have went out there and got the ridge and moved the field.
You should have already got the ridge done.
Yeah.
When there's
Yeah.
time. I know.
You
You
know,
need to get me the PTO shaft so that I can put it on my tiller
We'll get to it when we
and do
get
that on
to
my
it.
days.
Huh?
And I can do that. I can do it on my days off.
We'll see.
That way I can till up my garden. All right, let's see. Hey. Yep, that's all we got right now. Misty's been feeding the animals. I ain't even fed my animals yet. Mark's fed the chickens and the dog.
dogs. I got the eggs.
I still got to go out there
Only
and get
thing
the
I do is
rabbits.
rabbits.
Yeah.
So.
And the chicks in the front
And I
and the chicks
watered
in the room.
everybody.
Oh, okay, good. Did everybody need it?
Oh yeah.
Are they going through the water, huh?
Oh yeah. They're probably doing more water than they are feeding.
Yeah. So we have the first batch of chicks that are probably about 7 or 8 weeks old. They're out in my little front
Yeah, we
makeshift
got to
little
get some
pen,
tractors made here.
and I got to go take care of them. And then I still got the 17 that hatched in the bedroom in a tote with a heat lamp still. And then we had a guinea hatch last night and a second guinea that pipped, but I don't know that he made it out. I haven't been able to go check yet. So that may be all the guineas that actually hatch. They may not have a good hatch rate. But we got one guinea. I know I'm going to do one guinea.
We get big enough to throw it with the others.
Let it stay out there with the chickens.
They can run with that part.
Mhm.
They ain't gonna hurt nothing.
Mm-mm.
Because it's gonna go probably take up with them anyway.
What's being talked about tonight? Chitlins and chicken coops. Oh my gosh. I hadn't even thought about bringing in the chitlins to this, but chicken coops, yes.
We
Because
brought that up.
who you think? The one we usually bring it up for?
Hey, I'm gonna tie a stake around your neck next Friday night. Just be ready. We'll see if there's any dog meat
Got
in
the
that area.
taters in, almost frosted. Oh, Oklahoma almost got a frost 2 weeks ago. Wow. Or last 2 mornings. I missed that. Sorry. They almost got a frost the last 2 mornings in Oklahoma.
It could still happen here, but I think you could go ahead and start planting corn. I think you go ahead and get beans, squash,
Our potatoes, now we're
tomatoes.
talking white potatoes, they're typically put in the ground around
February.
Valentine's Day. So that's a late planting in our area. But I did it last year. I had a late planting and it produced. I didn't get very big ones, but I got some. Let's see. Getting harsh. Yeah, that's between you two. That is between you two, Spencer.
He knows I'm
And
playing.
Janelle's got the white barbecue sauce going, I guess. She's going to put that. Oh, Janelle's comment got deleted or something. Are yours going to get to go? Oh, Ewins. Oh, my
yes, we're
gosh.
coming.
Ewins. Yes, we're coming. Spencer, I think another night of picking on Spencer like last night on you might be able to do that. I mean, I bet
Hey,
we could do that.
I know one
here.
thing. I ain't camping in between Misty and Spencer.
Nope. No, we will not be caught in the middle of that show. Mm-mm, no. Yeah. Hey, how are you doing? Leanne 72 is on.
Glad Leanne and them made it through them storms last
Mhm.
weekend. All right.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of folks over that way got hurt real bad.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they
Lost
did.
a lot of property and life.
That's all they do, bash on you. Oh, I'm sure that it's just them bashing on you. It's never a two-way street, is it? Like I said, I'm not Team Misty nor Team Spencer. I am Team Mark
Oh, you
slash
ain't.
Becca.
Don't you even go get on. Don't even get on.
I got corrected when I said Team Becca, so I'm slash
Who?
by you.
What do you mean?
So I'm Team Mark slash Becca. Yeah.
They all have. They have good fun. Ain't nothing wrong. We gotta have some humor in life. We already got enough negative and enough positive.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But I ain't camping in between.
Nope, still not camping in between y'all. Y'all own your own. So, I guess I was going to talk about chicken coops for tonight and building tractors and stuff like that.
Get it
That's a
started.
start.
Get it started.
So, you can always go out and buy those cute little ones like what we have at Tractor Supply,
That rotten after about
They
2
do.
years.
or that little metal one we have. It's actually very cute, but the roof would probably rot out in a couple of years
That'll-
too. Oh, you ain't seen that one yet? You have to see it.
One that's
It
about
is-
$400.
Yes.
Yeah.
The little one on the
Maybe I
ground
can build
with
stuff
cedar
cheaper than
sides.
$400.
I know. But you know what? They have that the pin that's around the chicks themselves we use for the chick sale. It's actually got roof pieces for it, and you could put a tarp over that and make a coop real easy.
I seen something at
And
work
it's
last night. I need
$6.99
to
with the
find out
roof
about.
pieces. What's that?
They make a lot of. You remember the stands they would make to put parts on to load
Mm-hmm.
the line. Well, I got to looking last night because I had to repair one. So somebody crashed it with a cart. But these little brackets, and it's metal pipe, but it's real thin metal pipe. It's actually thinner than PVC. It's got all the metal connectors with it,
Mm-hmm.
where you can make whatever designs you want. I wonder if I could find out how much that is. Because then that thing would last for years because they're already painted.
Mm-hmm.
Painted with a pretty tough paint. So I have to look into that.
Because I want to put the chickens, this new little batch, in our front area.
We're going to run chicken tractors.
Yeah, the front area has fruit trees and stuff.
We're going to be planting more.
So. That's where the peaches are, the apples are,
muscadines.
The muscadines are there, the blueberries are there. That's where the start of the orchard is, and I did put that as the start of the orchard.
We got a few more places we can put some stuff in.
I want to keep the fence line clear, so my thought originally was let's just do a double fence all the way around. Well, that's going to get expensive. So we thought about, well, we'll do a tractor and move it around the fence edge, and then come back. For pest problems like worms and all that, if you have those problems, doing a tractor and putting them on new ground every day is actually one of the best things that you can do. Plus, they also don't eat up the grass as fast. So you just need to build an appropriate size, length one, for the number of birds you have, and make sure that it's able to be moved around. So we used our extra greenhouse frame last year, but it was not really movable to the way it was due to the way it was put together. So we've come up with some other ideas on building little tractors. Again, if it's heavy, you're going to have wheels on it, or a way to move it. So it's got to be lightweight. And I'm thinking because we don't have the predator problems, because we don't have the predator problems, I may just build one out of PVC pipe and move that around the yard, because that is something I can do. Let's see. Everyone's Team Mark. That's right.
Team Mark.
That's right. Team Mark. That's what Misty said.
Don't give me in that mess.
She said, everyone is Team Mark. He's like the nicest man ever. Spencer, just don't bring some. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, y'all don't know Mark yet. Robert Dendovin said, Spencer Jameson, just don't bring suntan lotion around Larry and Mark. Not you, Mark, the other Mark.
I know who you're talking about. Mr. Newman.
Yeah. Coconut oil, Spencer.
Oh, I don't know what
Robert,
that
no lotion of any kind.
I don't know what that's about.
Oh boy, I might have to stay out of that conversation. Good idea. Never heard of that. Moving it around. Yes. Moving. It's they're doing a lot of stuff like that now with the tractors and temporary fencing things for larger animals. You can do rabbits and chickens in tractors. Rabbits, you kind of need a bottom for, so they don't dig out. But chickens, you don't have to have a bottom, and you just kind of scoot it along the ground and move it as you go. They're doing electric netting in some areas and fencing off a whole big area for grown birds that don't have a tendency to jump over the fence, which, by the way, you can trim one wing to keep them from flying, by the way.
Go somewhere.
Also, different breeds are not as flighty as others.
Thank you.
So keep that in mind too if you're going to do the movable fence method. A lot of people are doing that with their goats and sheep now. One person that we know of is doing it with a cow, and they're moving them to fresh pieces of grass every day, or every couple of days, depending on how much they have eaten. Don't encourage Misty. Oh my goodness. Don't encourage him, Misty. Oh dear, 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 dear. Never heard of that. Sounds like a lot of work. It can be a lot of work, depending on what your goals and space is. If you have a smaller tractor with a lot of chickens in it, then you're going to have to move it every day. If you have less chickens in it and it's a little bit bigger tractor, then you can kind of gauge by how much grass is getting beat down and everything and move it every couple of days. Or
Not want to explain how a
whatever.
tractor's built a little bit. It's got back wheels on it.
I already said that.
Oh, did you? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said if you build it out of wood and it's heavy, you need to make sure it's got wheels on it or a way to move it.
PVC is probably the best way to go.
And that's what I was telling them, that I was going to do mine with PVC and bird netting. Well, not bird netting, but deer netting. Yeah, I hate bird netting. So let's see.
I'm sorry, I'm catching up.
I'm trying to catch up too. Let's see. Somebody spoiled rotten.
That's probably talking about
Yeah.
systems you built.
Coconut. That's
That
it
would be
exactly.
bad.
Coconut oil isn't near as messy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Don't encourage you, and tractors are way easier and cleaner than coops. Absolutely. Now, I have heard the deep litter method in a coop is you clean it out like once every 6 months, the true deep litter method. But I'm like you, I hate cleaning coops. It's why my
Well-
main flock is not in a coop.
You explain why they came up with chicken tractors.
I
Not the,
said something about the predator. I mean, pest worm problems.
right, 'cause
But
they'll
you put
run
them on
behind.
new ground, and
Right. Well, you run them behind the cows or sheep or stuff like that.
you can. I didn't talk about that.
Okay, then you can let the hogs come in behind them, clean up the manure.
So that's not the reason for tractors.
No,
That's sustainable pasture.
but it all works together.
The reason for the tractor is to move the chicken around
About true.
onto new ground every day to where your pest load is less. That way you're not putting them on the same ground that's got full of worms from the week before or the day before and built up from every chicken there. You move them to new ground that is relatively pest free. And there's a certain period of time that you're supposed to plan for in your circle to where when you get back to the first square, the pest load is gone. So, and
Lot
each animal's different.
A lot of people run them behind cows and sheep
Mhm.
because the chickens will scratch in the manure
Yep.
and get the parasites out. So it helps your chicken. I mean, it helps your cows, sheep, goats, all that, not to have the
But it
worm
doesn't get
problem.
the eggs.
It's bad.
Yeah, it doesn't get the eggs.
Yeah.
It just gets the bug, the main worm itself. But it also helps spread that manure out and fertilize your pasture up. So
So it
And
does work.
it's
good.
lighter grazing when you move them around. They don't sit there in one spot and eat it down. And, you got an acre full of beautiful pasture and they want to eat this one spot, till it's gone. You just move them around more. And you put your animals in stages in your track. And like he said, it spreads out the manures and stuff like that.
And you can go on the internet or you can go on YouTube and just type in
Mhm.
chicken tractors.
And I
you'll
hate to
get-
say,
you'll get-
Justin Rhodes has a good idea with that all going, but he does a lot of work
He's there at home all the time. He can do
Mhm.
what he wants to.
with all them boys,
He's got over 1 million subscribers, so.
and all them go help. They pay to go help under the guise of learning. So, but the ideas that he promotes are, I wish they were doable, but they are good. They really are. But yeah, Google chicken tractors, and you'll find out some pretty cool plans and stuff. Couple of the books I showed last time when we did the book review show had some designs in there for chicken tractors. I'm just building basically a rectangular frame with hoops connected down the middle to where I can hang the feeders from them. I'm not sure if I'm even going to put the nest box in there or not. I'll probably just put a couple of cat litter buckets in there to use as a nest box when they're grown. But
Hey, Greg and Mr. Mark D.
Yeah.
We'll
Hey.
see y'all tonight.
favorite squirrel,
They just don't know you a squirrel too, do they?
they don't
They'll find out sooner or later.
tell them. Spencer's cooking hot dogs. Oh goodness. Spencer's cooking hot dogs using friction only.
Huh?
That's what the comment says. Spencer, you cooking hot dogs using friction only? What are you cooking? I don't want to know. Me neither. It will be something freaking good. I agree there.
Hey, Mr.
Because he does a
Kilpatrick, how
lot of
you
good
today?
cooking. Hey, Mr. Kilpatrick. Hey. So, squirrel. Becca is a squirrel. Shh,
Ooh,
you're not supposed
yeah,
to
you-
tell everybody.
Y'all get to meet each other. It'll be interesting.
And sadly, I don't need the caffeine to assist. Just saying. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know why I bought these Dr. Peppers.
I'm glad you did because it's come in handy. I mean, we're supposed to be doing no
But that's
sugar.
what I like. If I had to drink a soft drink, it's going to be a Dr.
Mhm.
Pepper.
We're supposed to be a couple of nuts. That's it. That is it exactly. Oh Lord, now they all know I'm a squirrel because we now have squirrel number 2. Ugh, darn.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
She's gonna bring me some shine. Oh boy.
Don't do that. No, miss.
All right. So yeah, chicken coops. I love the tractor idea. Y'all, my chicken coop, as you have seen in some previous videos, it's just cattle panel. It's open sided. There's a tarp over the back of it, netting over it to keep a hawk out. One cattle panel cut in half for the front, one for the back. Guys, you know what I put up to finish off the top side that the cattle panel stopped short of? I cut privet and just cover the entrance. It's bad. I do. It works. I have come back with bamboo holding up netting across that entrance too, though, trying to stop the escape artists because we have a few that are escape artists. But I
The
tell you
chicken can
what,
find a hole.
yeah, and a hawk can find it too. But we haven't had any hawk problems really since since the hawk got the last of the silkies.
Well, no, he came back and got that bandy rooster. Right there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bandy rooster.
All the other chickens are probably too big for
That
him to
was the
fool
point.
with, and well, I ain't gonna say what else happened.
Yeah, that was the point though, is we don't have any small chickens. So the little bandy rooster he's referring to, he got it for me last year. He didn't realize it was a bandy. It was supposed to be a
Yeah, play.
Banties are nothing but hawk bait.
Yeah, if
the
we
hawks,
get bandies again, they're gonna stand somewhere.
they're gonna have to have a coop like that $300 I was talking about. Yeah, that coop is cute. If
We
you are a
done
coop
got
person,
bought one time. That thing out there about rotten.
yeah, but how old is that thing, babe? 5 years, 6 years, and it was only like $85 for one of
No,
them.
sister, stay down there.
And the other one,
Stay.
the bigger one,
Lay down.
we've had it the same amount of time, and it's still holding together. And it was what, right at 2?
Yeah, something like that.
So they held up pretty decent for their age. Now the little cheap one that was $80,
Yeah, I
you
need
know,
to just go buy me a new welder.
and put me one together.
Start building it out
Yeah.
of metal like I used to do it.
You do. That's what you really do need to do for me. So y'all
I guess we'll go buy
scroll
some
through.
Hobart welders sometime.
I hate to
next week.
say Tractor Supply's chicken coops because they do got some cute ones.
Now those new dog pen styles they got,
Like the one we
That
use
would-
for our
that
chicken
would
area.
actually make a good chicken pen because that's
The one that
Because
the
this-
chicks are in the Tractor Supply in the middle of the store,
Yeah.
the chick days, that's not a dog kennel.
that is a chicken.
It's a poultry pen.
Wow.
Yep, it comes
I thought
complete
it was
with the
dog.
roof panels. Mm-mm.
Okay,
It is
cool.
marketed as a
Well,
poultry pen.
that to me would be worth buying. I don't know how much.
And that's
it is.
what $6.99 or something like that. Yep. Have you seen the price of a 10x10 chain link dog kennel lately?
Well, it used to be about $200. What
Oh,
are they
no.
now?
$4.99
For real?
for real. You can't find one for that cheap anymore.
That tells you how much I go look at stores anymore.
Mm-hmm. Y'all, my first chicken coop
Mercy.
literally was a 10x10 dog kennel.
Hey, Flat Rock.
I put a tarp over one side in the back corner, and I propped it up with a stick to where rain would run off, you know. And I put food and water in there,
Thank you, Spencer.
and I'd open the door every now and then and let them go scratch around in the yard. And I had wood across the back in a corner, going across to where they'd have a roost. That was my first chicken coops, and it was awesome. Me, I prefer open air style coops. It's less I have to clean. I mean, I just go in there with a shovel and get up under the roost and shovel that out every once in a while, and we're good, you know. So, the chickens now, like I said, they're in that arched cattle panel thing, and if I pin them up they get mad at me and stop laying. But anytime they're not pinned up, they're sitting on top of the roof or in the tree above it. 9-degree weather, that's where they were in the rain. Any day it's raining and you're here, look outside. The chickens will be either in the yard or up on top of the coop. I mean, they do their thing. Yeah, the hawk got them. It was bad. Let's see. I missed some comments. Amazing thing to see at the same time, I would imagine. It is, and it's horrible and amazing at the same time seeing a hawk get a chicken. I mean, the sheer power of a hawk. I mean, it's just, and it's owls are the same way.
Yeah, I can imagine Pyro that the greenhouses didn't make it made out of PVC.
They did not.
But a chicken tractor would be smaller, but yeah, we'd have to weight it down.
Oh, yeah.
So if you didn't, it'd probably take off.
It would. Well, it'd be weighted down by the feed and water and the nest box in the back. But we could take and do the rebar each day when I moved it, or every other couple of days when I moved it. Yeah. Oh wow, that's cool. With Kim called it.
But it ain't cool about it. You won't have to.
No, it's not. But it's cool that Camera called it, because like I said, like was said earlier, it's horrible and interesting at the same time. So.
I can tell you how to solve hawk problems besides one other way.
Yeah, that SSS method. You know,
there's
not
another way
everybody
you can
likes
do
that
it too.
method.
That's not too bad to do.
Tell them, how do we get rid of hops?
Put a trap on top of the pole.
A trap. Oh, that's just as bad as the SSS method. So nothing keeps them gone, like an owl.
Well, you might could. You might could put an owl big foil.
You know, they've got owls now that have the rotating heads.
Yeah.
Mechanical rotating head.
I've seen those. All right. Sister, what you need is a bunch of crows to stay around. They'll fight him off every day.
They actually do.
But then they'll come eat your corn.
Exactly. And you'll tell we had that happen. So, yeah, we still haven't
was
gotten
telling
corn
me
in.
that there was something that you could put around your corn and the crows would leave it alone. I can't hear what they told me.
Well, shoot, whatever that is, you need to know.
What was it?
Because I know how to stop the deer from eating the tender corn. That's called plant basil all amongst it. That's a lot of planting.
Somebody told me there was something. And it was Greg House that said that. I'm trying to remember what Greg.
Greg, if you're still watching, tell us what to do
what
to keep
was
the crows
that
from
you
eating the
done
corn.
that time? Or you should have said y'all used to do.
Because we fixing to have to go there. No, don't sacrifice the chicken. He puts a trap on a post.
Yeah, just put it on post and bait it with something else.
Yeah.
What my uncle used to do.
And the SSF method, too.
There's other things you can do, too. There's several things.
And y'all, if you don't know what SSF method is, SSS method is. Do I go ahead and tell them? Shoot, shovel, and shut up. That's the SSS method. And that's hard to say. So yeah, check out all the coops that are available. They've got lots of plans online. They've got lots of tractor plans online as well. Like I was saying earlier, Justin Rhodes has a chickshaw that he rolls around, and he puts his inside of electric poultry netting, and they have a tendency to stay in that versus what I have done out front yard. They don't stay in what I have put out in the front yard, apparently.
Well, you could do that too with electric netting. You could move the chickens every couple of days.
And I thought about if we just did that instead of a tractor.
You still have a problem after a house, though.
That's true.
That's the only bad thing.
That's true. Well, these are all larger breeds, so I wonder.
Well, right now, a hawk would pick them off. Like that size.
Yeah. Too much to think about.
Well, it's like most things. It's hard to make everything predator-proof.
Without spending a ton of money.
Because all predators are not the same. They do different ways. Hawk does different. Coon, possum, fox, coyote, dogs, cats.
And then it's what your
And then you got
finances can afford
then you
too.
got to deal with the other critters you don't ever hardly see much,
Hey,
which
Coin.
is a mink, and, ferret, and a skunk, or a polecat, or we call them civet cats, but polecat. But and then of course there's some other critters that
Plastic
they
barrels
definitely
on
gonna
a
stop if they
dolly.
want it. So,
Gruesome, exactly. Yep, that'd be good. Move the roost when you move the fence. Absolutely. Your Coin made it on.
yeah, so hey, let's see everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
Hope
Yes,
everybody's weather is kind of staying
Hadn't
calm.
seen Coin in a while.
Like I said earlier, corn and all that you can get in the ground. I'd hold off on okra and peas and watermelon stuff for a few more weeks, in my opinion.
It's planting time now.
Yeah. It's supposed to be real pretty next week.
Did you know it's only going to be 50 something Saturday?
Yeah, I know.
That's your high, 50 something.
But next week's supposed to be pretty warm. No rain. Once this rains out here, we're supposed to be rain free for a week. So I'm hoping that we stay that way. That might let me, before we go on camp out, might give me a chance to plow.
What about ants? What are we doing about ants? Ants where? Ants everywhere.
Well,
don't want to use poison. Oh, good luck.
Here in
Use
our
the
part of
poison.
Alabama, we have to deal with the fire ants. And you can just drive through down here and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, down here we use poison. Sorry.
One of the best things you do is just try to move them, and that's just go out there every day and knock their mounds down. They finally get tired of it and they'll move to a spot, maybe out of the way.
At least hopefully out of the garden.
A lot of people take boiling water and drive a piece of PVC down in the mound and pour the boiling water in there real quick on them. That does kill a lot of them, but you won't get them all.
And the dry grits doesn't work really well either. I've seen people say it works, but I've seen where it doesn't work either. It's like people always say, put cinnamon on the entrance boards to your beehives because the ants won't cross it. Guys, them ants marched right on through that like it didn't exist.
I think the biggest thing is on fire ants is keep disturbing them. You just keep disturbing them all the time, and they finally kind of learn to go build on the edge somewhere out of the way. What I've kind of noticed. Like if you keep your yard cut pretty regular, they'll get where they'll quit building in that yard. They'll go get on the edge, or they'll go get up by a tree stump or a pole or something. They'll get it kind of out of that's how we deal with a lot of them.
Yeah. The grits method, they're supposed to eat it and it blows up or something like that, but I have not seen.
Now there is some stuff that'll kill them, but it's illegal to have now.
Yeah, the cotton poison.
The DDT, but the only bad thing kills everything else too.
Exactly. Well, we've got good stuff that does kill them. Did you know? So you get the taro baits for inside your house when you get the sugar ants all in your house, and it's like it's a bait, so it looks like it's not working to start with because you'll have 5 million ants at that trap. And what they do is they're making a trail back and forth to the hive, carrying that poison with them. Yeah. And then in 2 days, there won't be an ant one there. Did you know that taro is using a granular? They have a granular one now for outside too that you put on the mound. And I like taro. Taro's a good brand. But we try to do everything as organic as we can. But some things, especially in the quantities that we have, I hate to say the chemical ant bait is what we're going to use. If it's in the garden, I'll take a shovel and I'll throw it out of the garden, destroy it several times. Hopefully I throw the queen away from the garden too. But they keep coming back. I haven't tried the boiling water method usually because by the time I get it back to the garden, it's not boiling hot anymore.
I was just reading it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's see.
Oh, is Leanne leaving us? I think that's what that's saying. Yep, she's gone. Glad you stayed with us. See you next time.
Let's see. It was
7 dust is good. Yep.
I was trying to think of something. There was something on the tip of my tongue. I was gonna say it and I forgot it now. Can't remember. Can't remember what it was. Oh, talking about how resilient fire ants are. Something coming. Like if you have a big flood in your yard or something, you'll see all them ants pile up on a stick. They'll ride their stick through that water. I've actually seen that
Yep.
before. That's how resilient they are.
They are. I mean,
They are
it's
very
amazing.
resilient.
I mean, you break their trail and the way that they go around it. Like, I've seen people put the Vaseline on the posts and stuff to stop the ants, and they just make a bridge out of the ants that's stuck in it. So, Keith Bell made it on.
Hey, Mr. Bain.
Something else to think about, even if you're using organic bug killing methods. If it kills a bug, chemical or organic, you are going to kill other things that you want as well. Okay, so a lot of people are like, we use neem oil because that's an organic, different things like that. Well, neem oil, if you read the package, will actually kill the ladybugs you want, the praying mantises you want, the honeybees and stuff like that that you want. They will all be killed as well. Most of your insecticides, whether it's organic or chemical, they are not selective as to what bug it will kill. The best thing that I can say, unfortunately, is use a kills on contact. If you have to use a chemical, make it one that kills on contact. Do not get any sort of systemic chemical for gardens or fruit trees or anything like that. We did have a gentleman come into work and he asked about getting a systemic insect killer for his fruit trees. When you talk about a systemic killer, it's being pulled up by the roots. It's going into the trunk. It's going into the trees. It's going in, the leaves. It's going into the fruit. It's going into every part of that plant's systems. So if you choose to use a chemical to fight a problem, make sure it's a contact killer, not a systemic, because at least then you can wash off the problem versus having to eat it because it's in the system. So I tried to talk that guy out of the systemic killer for the peach trees. He said, that's what my pest control people said I needed. I was like, well, okay then.
He doesn't know he'll be eating some of it with it.
I tried to tell him that. He didn't listen. I told him systemic is through all the parts of the tree. So, read your package carefully. Make sure it kills on contact, not systemic. Also, organic will kill the good guys just as much as the chemicals will. Make sure you're spraying when your good guys aren't. Spray like at the middle of the day where it'll dry faster, or spray in the evening when everything's going to bed. So, don't ever get a systemic bud killer for your garden. Ever. Fruit trees take a lot of spraying throughout the whole season.
They get
Especially
funguses
peaches.
on them, all kind of things. That's the bad thing about fruit.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to
And
really,
organic is a lot more work. So,
best way to do bugs, if you can, is go pinch them off every day. But everybody don't.
well,
have
he's
time
got
to
them
do that.
boring into the trunks of his tree. So that was his problem, and he wasn't following the spraying routine like he needed to. That's why he wanted to get a systemic one, because he would end up getting the worms in the fruit every year and in the trunk of his tree and everything. That's why you have the spray programs that you have for fruit trees.
That's how me and Daddy used to try to rid of the bean beetles.
Oh, yeah.
We'd just be mashing.
I go out
Kill
there and
the stink
smash
bugs.
leaves.
Of course, when you come across the tomato.
Chickens love those things.
Yeah, they love them. And go out there at night with a black light and
Mhm.
find them a lot faster.
UV.
UV.
Yeah, they
Black
shine.
light was a lot better. They'll shine just like gold.
Mhm.
You can pick them off, throw them to the chicken.
Yep.
And black lights they don't cost much,
They're not much.
but they'll shine bugs up for you a lot. I think they'll shine the stink bugs too. The stink bugs actually got that shiny wing when they fly.
But that's only when they fly. They got that hard shell over it when they don't fly.
And two, if you are going to put something out, don't you need to do it at a certain time of day where the honeybees don't come?
That's what I was saying earlier. You need to spray it in the middle of the day where it dries faster, or at night when they go to bed. Organic or chemical, doesn't matter on that one. If you're using organic, you need to spray it in the hottest part of the day where it dries faster, and or at night when everybody's going to bed.
Tell you something, we got to get started on. I got to get started on. I got to get this fencing going.
I need my dairy cow.
Yeah, I know. We need several cows eating some of this grass.
Yeah.
We got to get that ball game going.
Yep.
It's hard to get everything.
It
Maybe
is.
that tomorrow I can get caught up on all this changing oil and tractors and trucks and repairing everything where I can start putting my time toward building stuff and getting stuff going. Because the ground pretty soon will start getting harder to rock.
Yeah.
And it'll be hard digging post holes.
Somebody came in today asking for a pick, and I was like, a pick? You need a pick? Because I'm thinking little pick thing.
You talking about a pickaxe?
They were talking about a pickaxe. I finally dawned on me when she said she was digging, trying to plant something, and all she was hitting was rocks. Of course, we didn't have one, but I was surprised we didn't have one. But I was like, yeah, I told her, I said, yeah, you need that to get through the rocks, and hey, you need to go ahead and get it done now because we're about to turn to concrete.
Once it starts heating up and the water starts drying up, that ground gets harder to rock. It gets harder to rock.
Yeah, it's very hard digging holes in this clay we have when it gets hot. I mean, because y'all know what hot clay baked does, right? It becomes a brick.
Misty says she broke her tiller.
You broke your tiller.
You shear the bolt off in the tines,
I bet she did,
you can knock that back out and put you a new bolt in it.
because that's what I did all the time, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yep, that's what I said all the time. Let's see. Keith said his aunt ate a lot of grits and lived to be 80. I love my grits. I'd fix grits with 2 fried eggs over it in the morning, soft, over easy fried eggs. Put a couple pieces of sausage over there and cut it all up, mix it all up together with some green onions. Love it. That makes great breakfast. Let's see. If you ever get overrun, you have to. That's what exactly. Great advice. I broke the tiller, got half the garden turned, and pot. Well, at least you got half the garden turned. I haven't got half my garden turned. I ain't even got started.
Be careful, Spencer. We'll thought
He's
we
gone.
had man.
He hoots go. Yep. Well,
Nell,
guys,
Kyle had a pretty good guest on last night. I was sitting there trying to listen a little bit of that, and then I went over it on Beast TV too, trying to keep up with both of them, listening going to work. That got interesting. But that was an interesting show Kyle had, and that was a good show Beast TV had last night. That Spencer, Misty, and Greg was on. So that was good.
I bet
Both
that
of them
was
behaved
interesting.
for a
Oh,
little
did
while.
they?
They behaved a little while.
I needed to see that because, proof or it didn't happen. They behaved, proof or it didn't happen.
Hope y'all liked that video that come out Wednesday night about our neighbors, the track and the hill.
Nell said Bettina is a hoot.
Yeah, that was interesting. I listened to that for a little bit, then I switched over and went to Beast TV and listened to them a while. Because I knew I could go back and finish up Kyle's later. Because I couldn't comment because I was driving up the road.
Right.
So I know a lot of people think I might be stuck up or something. I come in and say hello, then I disappear, but most of the time it ain't that.
Right.
I'm driving. So if any of y'all see me do that, you know pretty much I'm driving to work. So because everybody's shows come on by the time I'm leaving for work or halfway getting dressed for work. So the other thing. But both of them was good shows last night. I went back and finished watching Kyle's, and I went back and watched the first bit of Beast TV I missed. So.
Misty said they had to behave because that show was kid friendly.
Huh?
They had to behave
Oh,
because that show's kid friendly.
Well, that's Mr. Mark's show.
Uh-huh. He keeps it kid friendly, so they had to behave. They didn't have a choice.
Oh,
I think it was obvious what happened to that chicken. That's what Mr. Keith said. And when
Yes.
she was telling me about it, I didn't even know about the footprints. When she was telling me about it, I was like, you know what happened to that chicken? She said, really? I said, you know what happened to that chicken.
when you look at that latch, and I know that video wasn't the greatest best video. I should have had the camera turned the other way, but that latch, that metal latch, wasn't real easy to pop, and the wooden up above it wasn't either. And me, being a coon hunter, and I used to keep coons to train dogs with, and them suckers now they can figure out how to get out of stuff. You know that about it. They got a knack for it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, there would have been scratches around that.
Mm-hmm.
There's, to me, that is either a human.
That was
or
something on two legs, one way or
two
the
legs
other.
with a hand and a thumb.
Mm-hmm.
And with them tracks being within 40 feet of it, and we should have probably cast them track. I guess we're gonna have to order some.
Plaster.
Yeah, at least. Cause that was a good track actually.
It was.
Because it was deep.
Yep.
So and them toes would probably showed up real good.
Y'all, and I realized after I posted the video and when I was putting the picture up there, the one where my foot is beside the track, I realized it was like this. I was like,
And they had lost.
"Great."
They had lost the other chicken a few days before. They don't know what to. They just heard
It just
they
disappeared.
disappeared.
During
Other
the
chick-
day.
During the day, the other chicken come running to them or running back to the coop or something. About when that happened. So, and right behind where their house is, drops off into a big old swamp off a hill, and they're within a half a mile, 3/4 mile from us. So, and I mean, I know pretty much what in my head went and got it, but I tried to, 'cause I'm like this. I don't know how many humans run around barefooted stealing chickens. So, I mean, this day and time.
Exactly. Back in the old days, it wasn't nothing to be running around
Well,
barefoot
most people
stealing
are too
chickens.
lazy to grab a chicken and clean it and cook it and eat it.
Tell me,
So,
tell me about it.
I mean, my brain automatically, after I looked at everything, especially where one side of the chicken house was patted down real
When
good.
she told me it was double latched and something got the chicken, I was like, you know what that was? The double latch thing. Now, she didn't tell me what type of latches, but whatever it had to figure out one latch and then another latch too. I mean, most of your coons, once they got done with one latch and it didn't work, they're gonna leave.
Well, they'd had to climb on up to the next one, and there wasn't no sign of nothing climbing there much. And they would have still made scratch marks.
Exactly. But that's why I told her we'd come down there and take a look at it anyway.
I'm glad we did
Glad we
because
did.
it's probably the same one that comes up here around it. Well, no, that track is a little smaller than the one.
That's growed up from the one that was in the pond.
Well, the one we found out by the okra patch was bigger than that.
Yes, but remember the one in the pond? That was a kid's foot. That was a little foot in the pond. And then there was one.
Well, this one was about 10 inches.
Wasn't there one in the line that was a smaller foot too? So this is that one growed up
If it's growed up, or it may be just
or
another
growing up.
one. Or it
How's
could be
that?
another one.
Because it could have been babies and then now it's adolescent.
Could be.
Maybe not even
Yeah,
adolescent
'cause we
yet
don't
for
know
that
how
size.
fast. We don't know how fast they grow.
Yeah. Or But it was not much bigger than my foot with the shoe on. So, and I'm a 9.5.
I mean, that's the only thing I could. When I got to looking at them latches, I was like, wait a minute. And I seen how far it's off the ground. I seen how well constructed that chicken coop was built.
And then how hard you were having to struggle to unlatch them yourself.
Yeah. And
Not really struggle, but you know what I
The
mean.
door didn't just jump open either.
Mm-mm.
And with that tracks being 40 foot from there, uh,
But now
But-
the tracks were done after the chicken was gone.
I thought they happened right there kind of around the same
The chicken
days.
was gone a couple weeks ago, and then the tracks was like that morning.
They come back and see if there's more chickens there.
Mhm.
Probably. We thought they went and bought some more. They probably
Or
over there
passed
getting
through.
hard before it's over with. Oh, yeah, you do need to keep count on them little ones out there.
Those little ones are mostly sold, so
I'm saying.
we got geese though, babe.
Man, ain't fooling with no geese. Oh, Lord, them things. They just as bad as ducks.
Oh, they're worse than ducks.
You think them guineas are obnoxious?
That's why I said they're worse than ducks.
Which I will say, a goose is a good guard dog for chickens.
Will they
But-
keep like? So somebody is getting the geese to add to their flock for wild dogs. Will that help protect them from wild
I
dogs?
don't know
Are they
about all
that aggressive
I don't know.
to run off a dog?
Well, they can be. They'll run you down.
Oh, I mean, I knew that, but I just didn't
But I
know
don't
if
know
they.
if they're that mean.
That's what I was
I
wondering.
don't know now.
I told him I didn't know how that would
They
work.
ain't food with southern dogs. I can tell you
But
that.
they got 5 of them to put in with their chickens.
They get to honking at one time.
Mhm.
Good Lord, they'd be
I
loud.
told him, I said,
there.
I didn't know if they meant that they were more of a guard dog and that they'd let you know something was there,
I think they
or
will.
if they would
fight
actually
something.
attack it.
I think they will attack some stuff, but you take a big dog that's determined, especially an old big hound dog or something of that nature that's already used to fighting coons or chasing deer or whatever, that ain't going to deter them too much.
No. Let me tell you, Janelle. So Janelle said some people have them to keep the grass out of the garden,
But what the ducks?
the geese. So y'all, you know how I got my first ducks, right? I convinced him to let me have ducks because there was all these videos on the internet about how the ducks would, was it weeds that they would pull up and they would eat the bugs and leave your garden alone?
Even about one animal who work that garden for you, not tear the fruit up. That's it.
I put those ducks in my fall garden, all my cabbages and my kales and my spinach and all that. And within 1 week, I had no garden left. So I'll be back.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Let's see if we got any questions real quick.
Okay.
See, tomorrow night, me and my friend Keith supposed to go down to Paint Creek, which is the last creek feeding into Lay Lake. And he was down there a couple of weeks ago night fishing. And he heard some very good vocals come off the top of one of those hills. Across from Paint Creek ain't nothing but woods for miles and miles and miles. And that's where they come from. But we're going to go sit at the boat ramp for a little while tomorrow night. Rain's supposed to be out of here tomorrow, I think, by 4 or 5. So we'll ride down there and sit for a couple hours tomorrow night just to see if we hear something, especially after it rains. It may be active. We might can hear something. Do have a couple of reports from there. Way back. It's the last big creek that feeds into Lay Lake before the dam. Big crappie fish in there. A lot of people spraying crappie fish there. Real deep water. Say in Coosa County. So we'll go down there tomorrow night and check that out. See if we hear anything. I haven't been down there in years, so if anything else would be good, just go down there and sit a little while. They got a little picnic area set up down there now, and I think the county patrols it pretty regular to keep all the meth heads and all that type of stuff run out of there. So I am going to carry my camera, and hopefully, maybe, while we're down there, maybe get Keith to do a little talking on the get him to tape him some, tape him talking about Creepy Mountain a little bit. So be good to get him back on video. Ain't had him on in a while, so that might be good. I know a few of y'all probably know where Lay Lake is. The ones of you that live in this area know where Lay Lake is. It's one of the Coosa impoundments. It borders Shelby County and Tydale County, Coosa County, part of Shelton County. And then it dumps in and becomes Mitchell Lake. So they impounded all the Coosa, pretty much from in Georgia all the way to where it meets the Alabama River. All right, you on the way back?
I'm on the way back. She called me at work today too. She said, I'm headed to your house. I said, what for? She said, I need to get some eggs. I said, well, I'm not there. I'm at work.
Oh, so she's coming now.
She's coming now. And, she's the one that comes and gets eggs. So I told her if she would, make me some egg salad in exchange.
Hey, Crystal, good to see you come on.
You good with egg salad?
Yeah, I guess.
Make some quick lunches. So I don't mind swapping. I love to barter. And she's a good cook. So I'm going to send her the eggs for her to make it the egg salad for me.
I was just telling them tomorrow night we may be riding with Keith down to Paint Creek to listen.
Depending on what time I get off.
No, I told him I probably would be off about 6 or so. Yeah, I told him we'd have to eat supper.
So let me go ahead and put your expectations for tomorrow into place. We're closed Sunday.
Okay.
Nobody will be watering plants Sunday.
Okay.
I have to make sure every plant in that building is watered tomorrow before I leave. So if they pull me every kind of crazy tomorrow, the plants have to be watered before I leave. Okay?
Here we go again.
They're jealous, guys. They are jealous.
We get rid of the cat.
The best one that we have, best behaved one. Ouch! She got me with her claws. The best behaved one is sitting right over here on the arm of this chair, like she should. Let me turn this around so y'all can see her. Look here. This is where she sits during the whole live. And she doesn't bother us or nothing. Best behaved one of all. I think that cat drew blood.
Now, next Friday night, we will not have a live.
No, because we'll be camping.
We'll be camping. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some filming while we're up there, too.
That's what it is, Cryptic. So everybody knew you hadn't seen them yet.
What's that?
She said, here comes the rest of the party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. They had to hop up here and let you see them because everybody else has seen them numerous times already. They hopped up here just for you. Let's see what they miss. Some use them to keep grass out of. Yeah. That's what I was talking about. I had no garden for my ducks because the ducks, all the research said they don't eat your plants. I refuse to try anything else now because they're supposed to not.
Has anybody got any questions about homesteading or, y'all excuse me for rubbing my eyes. I've got something in them.
It's pollen.
Homesteading, farming, weather, world topics that we got to be careful with.
Yeah, we stay away from some of them topics.
Well, they do need to be discussed, but you got to know how to discuss them.
They do, but I don't want to turn into that channel.
No, I know. Anything, questions about Bigfoot or any type of other cryptid? I don't really know much about the other ones, but I do know a little. I ain't an expert, but I do know a little bit about Bigfoot.
Look there, Mark. You got an email notification that your channel is live.
Oh, is it? Oh, boy, it took a while to get there.
It did, didn't it? Y'all, the emails is coming through and sending notification over the screen on our side.
Yeah.
And it just notified Mark that one of the channels he subscribed to, Creek Bottoms Farmstead, now is live. We've been
How long
live
we
for
been
an
on
hour.
now?
Been out for an hour.
Because y'all have to remember, I'm still Mark Plowboy Green on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So most time when I reply to everybody, that's how I reply. I don't go through Cedar Creek Bottoms. So, I
So
know
basically, Cedar Creek Bottoms is built on my YouTube because it was attached to my Gmail and everything, and we just changed the name of it.
and I think most everybody knows that now. So
But it's our YouTube, but it's originally my channel.
sometimes I've thought about logging into Cedar
And you
Creek
should.
Bottoms on the chats. That way people would see it more.
And you should.
But then that'll throw everybody off again. So,
Yeah. But that's what that other phone is for. For anytime you want to go do a Cedar Creek Bottoms, use that other phone because it's all logged in for you.
yeah, so I hope tomorrow night we'll be able to maybe interview Keith and Marsha while we're sitting there listening.
Oh, that Keith. That's right.
And,
Wrong Keith.
so I hope we can, maybe Marsha will be able to tell some of her stuff. I mean, if she feels up to it, we'll see. I don't ever pressure nobody to tell their stuff. Let them tell it when they feel like telling it. I like for them to tell it in their way.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to, what's he called, lead people.
Yeah.
Try not to lead if I can help it. But because
Oh, yes, Misty. Me and you's going to check the graveyard. Absolutely. Up at the place. Yeah. I'm there. I'm in. That'll be the only time I stay up late.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just tell y'all about camping with Rebecca.
Rebecca likes to try to sleep.
I don't know how many y'all can ask anybody else that's been with us on Bigfoot outings. Come about 10 o'clock, maybe 11. That's it for her. She's gonna go. Her and the dog usually gonna go to bed.
Yeah. I don't sit still well for one. I don't sleep well for two. And when I get tired.
But now, if you can keep her busy, she'll stay up
Exactly.
a while. If you can keep her motivated.
Exactly. If you keep me moving,
if you go to sitting
and
around a fire too long, she's gonna be.
I'm gonna be tired and asleep on you. But guess what? As soon as I go to sleep, the activity starts.
Yeah, it does.
Every single time.
It usually does.
Mm-hmm. The real activity.
And my godson's gonna come with us.
Your what?
Brandon. Godson.
Oh.
Or
I was like, wait a minute, I missed something.
Y'all will like him. He's a hoot.
It's not his godson, y'all. It's his bromance.
No, he ain't.
Yeah.
We actually probably can somewhere down the branch.
Y'all probably can. But it's a bromance.
He works for me. He's a character, and you will find out very quickly. And he will fit in with everybody very quickly.
Oh yes.
And he's had experiences too.
They come and pinched his toes, didn't they?
He actually got bluff charged by something when he was 12. He don't really know what bluff charged him, but he said something was coming through the woods. It sounded like a bulldozer told him. Then he had that little experience up on the hunting club that time. He got growled at, and then that other time something was behind him.
You remember in his camper with the soft shell?
Yeah, that was up on Cheehaw.
They pinched his toes something through the thing.
Yeah, something played with his toes. So
Misty's gonna wake me up.
So he's had some. He's never seen one, but he knows there's something exists. He's big into camping. Me and Spencer talked about it. He said, "Yeah, let him come on." And he's a good cook too. So he's a character. So he'll fit in with everybody very easily. In fact, he'll probably have all us blushing for it's over with if he gets stirred up right. So.
Yeah, he's just as bad as y'all. Mm-hmm. Yep, just as bad.
Especially when he handed his mama that bottle opener.
Oh God.
His grandma and his mama.
Oh,
he'll probably bring it.
I'm sure he will.
He'll slip it in.
I'm sure he will.
There'll be some people like, wait a minute, what is
Isn't it
this?
made of wood?
No.
Wasn't made of wood.
No.
One of them was.
Yeah.
The bottle opener. I
That's right.
remember.
Janelle has met Bradley.
That's
before.
right.
She has met him. That's right, because
She
he come down.
has.
He come down to.
When they were camping in that field that time. The
well,
one I
no,
told
he
you everybody tore up because it was wet when they were leaving.
Go down to Hollins.
No, she wasn't there for that one. That was.
Yeah, he come down to Hollins when Janelle.
But Janelle wasn't there. No, not Hollins. I was thinking the one up on the club with Pat and Lori wasn't there, or was she?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. Y'all camped in the field of the. Was it the women's field? At the time.
That was Pat,
And Willie,
Willie.
not Janelle and Lori.
But Janelle has met Bradley
Yeah.
down at.
That's right, because he
that
came
Hollins.
down last
Him
time.
and Will came the first time.
That's
That's when we
right.
had all the vibrations happening that
That's
night time.
right.
We thought an earthquake was happening
That's right.
because he thought Booger done got a hold of his camper.
That's right. I remember that
Because
now.
he said that thing was rocking up there, and
hmm
he come out looking around, wasn't nothing around, and he asked me and him was talking about that vibration. I said, yeah, about 2:30 in the morning, I thought we had a little earthquake.
I remember
But when
that.
I went and checked,
There was no reports.
there
of
was
an
no
earthquake
reports
nowhere.
of no earthquakes in Alabama that day. And then that next time we were down there, that vibration happened again.
I remember.
So I don't know what it is. But yet when you go talking to people about some people's having encounters, they're feeling a vibration.
Mhm.
So
Janelle said it's foot stomps in her opinion.
whether it could be, it very well could be. I know Bradley said he got woke slap up because he thought something done had a hold of the camper, shaking it because it scared him.
Right.
And he said because he knew wasn't no storms going on or nothing. And
What you
so
cool, babe?
there's something to the vibration.
Something
What?
to it, yeah.
I don't know what it is. But vibration is a mechanical movement of sound.
There's a foot stomp though to carry. As far as it carries, wouldn't there be sound too? Like the actual stomp
could be.
to cause that vibration?
Could be. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
mean, it's something I'm trying to keep
It's
up
definitely
with.
interesting.
It's something I'm trying to keep up with. I know Mr. Martin Grove said when he had his experiences with the Bigfoot and Dogmen at LBL, he felt the vibration right before all that started. So there's something to that. We know everything in the world works off frequencies, right? Even the human body works off of frequency. I mean, so frequency, vibration is a part of,
Exactly.
of frequency. I mean, just like at work, we have to install filters and stuff on the robots to keep vibration down on them.
Because they'll jar apart.
And, I mean, just like most all equipment has. I mean, TVs have filters in them. Computers have filters in them to slow vibration down from the hertz, which is frequency.
So, discussion going on. Janelle said foot stomps in her opinion. Misty says, feel your chest when you make different sounds. Janelle said it felt like 2 foot stomps, and the body vibration was different. Misty said vibrates depending on the tone and pitch and how loud or soft. And then Coin said, how do you get invited to go Bigfooting?
Where do you you live in Alabama, or where do you live at? That would be my first question. Anybody's welcome to come here. They just need to schedule.
Yeah,
it
we'll
up.
take you on a trip.
I'll carry you on Creepy Mountain, or we'll go to Hollins. I've got places I can go. It's just according where you live at. If you're not close to me, but you want to find somebody that you're close
We can
to,
get you in touch with somebody.
I can get you in touch with some people that would carry you or let you go. A lot of people have meetups, what they call meet and greets. That's a good time to meet people. Like we have, Jonathan Odom will have usually a meet and greet twice a year, usually in the spring, one in the fall down in Hollins. Some other groups do it. So that's a good way to meet people.
Minnesota and Texas right now.
So in Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
Um, well, out there in that neck of the wood in Texas, I don't know what part of Texas you're in,
That's a big state.
but Janelle's out that way and Lori's out that way.
Ooh, yeah.
But I don't know of anybody in Minnesota.
Well, she's from.
Oh, she's from Minnesota. She's
but
in
lives
Texas.
in
Right?
Texas.
Now, I'll tell you this, and Janelle can tell you. I don't know if there's any more Bigfoot outings going on right now out that way, but I know come fall, they'll have the Falk Festival there at Falk. I think it's usually around Halloween. It's kind of a, I mean, they do it for the kids and stuff, but that's how you meet up with some good Bigfoot people. I know Oklahoma, they have a lot of stuff going on. They have a lot of conferences and different things. You know, if you can go to talking to Janelle, she might can tell you some stuff going on out there in that part of the country since she's from Arkansas. She might can tell you some stuff out that way. Now, I know, and Misty might can comment on this. I don't know when the dates are or anything, but I think they're talking about doing a meet and greet out in Arkansas. The Beast Group is sometime this year. Don't know when, but I think they have mentioned something about Arkansas. Don't know when or where at, but I imagine that's coming.
You just got to listen to all your Bigfoot channels and Bigfoot people and see when they're talking about the different meet
But you're
greets
welcome
that
to
they
come
have.
here. That's just a long drive.
and get to know, some of the people, get in with them. And then, if you're looking for a private Bigfoot outing, then, if you get in with some of the Bigfooters, they might invite you to a private outing.
And I'm not saying this in the ugly way, but you have to vent people nowadays.
Yes.
I hate to say that. I mean,
you got to meet and greet and see what they're like and all that before you invite them to your territory, basically.
And not saying there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
you by no means. I'm just saying this day and time you kind of vent people out a little bit. And so keep up with that, and we'll be in that. But you're welcome to come to Alabama. It's a
Absolutely.
long drive, but if you'll let us know.
We got hotels local. We got camping spots for you. Just let us know what you need, and we'll help you set it up.
And we can ride up on Creepy Mountain. Janelle's been up there. She can tell you there's boogers there. Some other people. I don't know if anybody else is on the chat here.
The farthest we have traveled is to the Falk outing. When was that? March? A couple years back?
Yes, back in 2019.
Yeah. We went to that one, and that's probably the furthest one I have been to.
Outing, yes, that I've been to, but I've been to smaller ones. Let's see, Tennessee, Georgia.
That's what the furthest
Mississippi, Arkansas. Then me and Jonathan went and checked out Salt Fork.
Which is where? Ohio?
Ohio. Me and him, when I went to visit me and him, went and checked it out. We checked out the Hocking Hills, but didn't camp out there.
And again, that's Ohio also, right?
Been invited to North Carolina, but ain't got to go like I wanted to.
So Arkansas and Ohio is your farthest?
Never have big-footed in. Well, we've been to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We've been out Pat several times. There at Ocala.
But that's what, 8 hours?
8 hours.
Yeah. Ohio's 12.
Well, Falk went but 8 hours. Really.
Is that all it was?
Yeah, it was 8 hours.
Wow, I felt like it was further.
The furthest would be Ohio for me.
You,
that's
Ohio, yeah.
I'm gonna 11 hours from here when I go see the kids.
11 to 12, depending. Let's see. That's how we crappy that. Okay, I'm not sure what the crappy that.
Yeah, God hands, I don't go.
That's how they weed out the weirdos like me. No, you slip through. You're not that big of a weirdo. To be in this field, I think you have to be a weirdo. Did you watch I have not had time to. I promise I'm going to. If I sit down for long, though, I am asleep. That's where my problem is right now. They're wearing me out at work. I mean, they just do. And then my off day, oh yes, crappy yes. Or crappie, whichever one you want.
You're right, Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell. I never have paid to go on a Bigfoot trip.
Mm-mm.
I've always just went with groups of people I knew.
Yeah.
And I never have been part of the BFROs. I've been invited to go to them, but
I don't think I have watched a single video since December.
Video of what?
Anything.
Oh.
I don't think I have sat down and watched a YouTube video since at least December. It's been that long, guys. If I sit down and try to watch one, my mind starts wandering or I fall asleep. I can't even read right now hardly. It's awful.
Dennis, there's plenty of places here in Alabama to check out for boogers. There's a ton of places. There's outings that come up. Like I said, if I get to know you, and I'll let you come here. I've got places I can go right around where I live. But Bankhead's a good place to go look. Bankhead National Forest, Talladega National Forest. That's Cheehaw, all them areas. State parks. A lot of them have stuff. Woo, you in Boston. Mercy.
They say crappie instead of copy that. I like that.
Yeah, I got a cousin in Boston that's from Alabama.
So we have a new person on here. Well, Dennis, come on down. Let us know. We'll set you up. Let us know what you need. And when. And y'all, my work is still texting me sitting here even.
Boy, if you miss a crappie would be good right now. Fried.
She said they say crappie instead of copy that.
Huh?
They say crappie instead of copy that.
What now?
The whole thread. You got to read the whole thing.
Well, a lot of people down here say crappie or crappie.
Me, I say crappie.
Yeah, I
I
love
also say crappie. I say both.
good fried mess with crappie with some husk boots, man.
You can still drive, Mr. Dennis. We'll fly. It's some fillets.
Oh, yes.
Y'all can keep all that to yourselves.
What time we getting, babe?
We're getting late. It's 8:20 almost.
Okay, we should have.
Yeah, we really do need to go. I'm exhausted. And I need dinner. And what's for dinner? Ice cream.
Ice cream. I don't know about no ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah, we do need to get off here and
Gotta keep this amazing figure somehow.
I say I keep in mind. I need to sweat and work for a while like crazy. Out
Come
in the
work
field.
at my house. I mean, my job. Come on.
I already got a job at Walksville.
I had pizza for lunch. Yeah, but you can do it in my greenhouse. You can shift all that soil for me out in the blazing heat. Hey, you'll work some pounds off, I promise. You'll sweat some pounds off. I told you my
Yeah,
deodorant
Mr. Bell.
wore out in 30 minutes yesterday.
Oh yeah, I seen something, Mr. Bell, you put on a while ago. I'm gonna talk with you about that later if you still listening. I'll talk with you later about it though. Well, I guess we're gonna go.
Yeah, it's time to go.
Remember, next Friday
Show
night we won't be
entertainment.
live. We'll be off on a camping trip.
Yep.
Of course, I'll have a video for Wednesday. Good Lord willing.
Yeah, as long as nothing happens, we'll have a video for Wednesday.
I hope y'all all have a good Easter weekend. Get to spend time with family, and remember the real reason is that Christ is risen from the dead and is on the right hand of the Father, and will come back one day soon. And anything else you want to say, babe?
Not at the moment.
If y'all got any questions or anything, put them in the comments. We'll try to come back and answer them later. Appreciate everybody being on with us tonight. I hope where you're at it's not stormy or anything going on. Like I said, get out and enjoy your family this weekend and enjoy celebrating Christ is risen. Y'all remember everybody we support. It's getting longer and longer as I go. But Spencer and Misty with Woodwalkers, they won't have their show this Sunday.
Because they'll be where we are.
Well, no, this Sunday is Easter.
Oh, that's right. It's Easter.
So,
will they have their show next Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know if Spencer. You had to talk to Spencer and Misty about that, but I don't know what they're going to do. Of course, Chris with Discover Sasquatch and Kyle with Encrypted and Misty and her family with their Facebook, Southern Appalachian Sasquatch Seekers.
Mm-hmm.
Hell Bent Holler and Mr. Martin with Humanoids and Lauren with Night Caller. She ain't put out nothing last few weeks, I think.
I haven't seen.
Of course, Squatching Cowboy. Of course, Beast Guys. I don't think they'll be on next Thursday night. But, and then of course there's Deep South and Permapastures and Fit Farmer and the Holler Homestead, and there's a lot more. There's a new group in Alabama that I've started watching, the Perry Homestead. They're down in South Alabama. They got some neat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing it for about 20 years now.
Nice.
So they've been in it a while. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm, it is.
All right, well, y'all love one another. Get along. Remember, all the cards are on the table, and each card means something, just like a poker game. So, y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you.
That may be what we need to do. Run a list at the end of the show.
Might be something easier for us to do.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all have a good weekend. Love all y'all, and take care. And we'll be back probably the week after next.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have a good weekend.
All right. I guess.
See y'all later. Bye-bye.